Hi, my name is Blair. We are starting a process of sharing information with you, the citizens of Gespe'gewa'gi, and regarding revenue sharing. As you may be aware, the Migmawei Mawiomi has spent many years working on behalf of Gespe'gewa'gi citizens to assert our Aboriginal rights and title to our territory. We have also started working on another strategic initiative, growing our economy. In the upcoming months, the MMS will be providing information through various means, such as video interviews, mailouts, handbooks, social media, radio, and other means regarding revenue sharing within the three communities. Throughout the information sharing process, you're invited to contact us with your comments and questions. We will provide you with the contact information in all forms and media, including at the end of this video. We begin with an interview with Troy Jerome of the Migmawei Mawiomi Secretariat. Hi, Troy.
Hi, Blair. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Could you please tell me your title and your role in the Mawiomi Secretariat?
Yeah, so I have two titles. One is Executive Director, and I think that one kind of speaks for itself, managing the operations of the MMS, and also Nuduwistok. So Nuduwistok is a Mi'kmaq name, and it roughly translates into speaker. So we've entered into a claims process a number of years ago, and they had that title there, and I've been as Nuduwistok for a couple of years now. And it's really working with the three communities, trying to do what was dreamed about or thought about under the political accord, which is having the three communities working together and strengthening their claim on the territory.
So Troy, the MMS has 4 strategic initiatives. Could you tell me more about them?
Sure. Yeah, a number of years ago we were, I guess part of our job is to think strategically, think long term. So we said, okay, how do we get the workers, get the employees in the MMS to think strategically and find projects that meet the vision of the MN or the assembly. So one of them is citizen engagement. So that's one of this thing that we're doing here, which is revenue sharing, trying to get people to know what's happening, make sure that they're really engaged. Another one is to build our governance and our constitution. There is a constitution commission that's there now, so that we can have our own processes and our own rules in a Migmawei. We have the Indian Act, and it's troublesome for a lot of people and provides some hardship in the way we're thinking and the way we govern. Another one is occupy the territory. So we have 3 communities, 2 on reserves and another community at Gespeg, and we want people to know they have freedom to occupy the whole of the territory. Right now there are still some questions about where we can hunt, so that's another objective, to get people to be free, have freedom all over the territory. And of course the project we've been working on for this wind farm project, which is growing our economy. We'd like to look at being self-sufficient, self-determination. When we look at the vision statement of the MM now, it's really to have an independent government that's self-sustaining. So in order to do that, we need to build the economy.
So today we'd like to introduce our viewers to the revenue sharing process in which our chiefs and councils are discussing and will sign in 2016. Is this part of the Migmawei Mawiomi's commitment to claim our future and strengthen our citizens to prosper and become leaders in Gespe'gewa'gi?
Mm-hmm. So yes, claiming our future. It is one of the chapters that's in Nimitkinen, and it does provide us direction about what we should be doing. So the revenue that's coming in, it's really meant to build the capacity in our communities, build areas of governance and just different programs and services that we have. And if we're thinking about having our own government in the future, we need to build a capacity under governance and just developing that constitution. So it's really capacity building. It's good direction that we got from the elders and a lot of other people, and creating revenues to do these kind of things, that's the objective.
So Troy, can you tell me a little bit more about the revenue sharing process that our chiefs and councillors are talking about?
For sure. The political accord gives us direction when we're, I guess, coming to a decision like this, how we're going to share these revenues. The 3 communities have to, I guess, come together to have an agreement about how they're going to share this revenue. We have some guidance from the political accord. It should be done by consensus, which means the 3 communities have to agree about how they're going to share this revenue. And there's a number of areas where 3 different kind of places they could share the money. One is they would take money directly back to their communities in Gesgapegiag, Gespeg and Listuguj to develop their own programs and services. Another one would be common initiatives. So the 3 communities come together, say for example, to develop Mi'kmaq curriculum. Okay, they could take a portion of that money and develop projects that could benefit the whole of the assembly. and then a portion of the money could be put away for the future. So these are the things they're doing now. We brought in a consensus building team, so to be able to, I guess, find common values and to, I guess, continue steering them in the path towards consensus. We need some assistance. It's the first time that we're taking on such a large kind of agreement. And the revenue for the wind farm itself, it is $200 million, and it does start flowing in at December 2016, so 12 months from now or so.
So you mentioned the wind farm. What are the initiatives that will bring in own source revenues?
Another example would be McInnes. So they are building a giant cement smelter down the coast at Port Daniel, and we had negotiations going on with them for a couple of years. We will be signing an impact benefit agreement like in days from now. The Assembly has agreed to that a month or two or so. That's going to bring in monies. Again, it's going to go to the same place for the same kind of purposes. And the other one that we're talking about right now is Cartier. So there's wind farms that are developed all over our territory, and there is an agreement that probably could happen very soon for an MOU. So these are kind of examples. It's really about industrial development that's happened in our territory, and we go in front of the developer saying there must be some benefit for the Mi'kmaq. If there's going to be an impact on our territory, there must be benefits brought back in so that we can help our communities and working towards Uloganidale.
Can you explain what Uloganidale means?
Yeah, sure. I could tell you, I guess, the translation as we know it. It's Mi'kmaq communal well-being. And when we look at the health of the people, and it could be in a number of different ways that you, I guess, define Uloganidale. But it is something that's on our vision statement that we're working towards, Uloganidale, or well-being. So it's the well-being of the people, talk about the elders, talk about the youth, talk about the family structure, how much employment do people are people able to find jobs, how many people are living in poverty. So it's taking these factors and trying to build upon, in the homes and the citizens and the community. Communal well-being, so it's the Mi'kmaq together having well-being.
So how will all these revenues benefit all the citizens of Gespe'gewa'gi?
Right. Well, we just spoke about communal well-being, so we see these monies coming in to help the community at whole, at large, or even the Assembly as one whole piece. So it's there to, I guess, provide more money for programs and services. Right now there is a lack of programs and services. We figured if we're going to get more programs and service in the community, we'll get, I guess, more political stability. And with no more political stability, we can build on our governance. So they all tie in together. Whenever people say, what's in it for me? Well, there would be more jobs in the future when we're talking about building our own government. More monies maybe for healthcare. For example, maybe the elders right now, there is a lack of money for prescriptions for these things. So when it drills down to the person themselves, it's a number of initiatives that are out there, but the communities haven't, I guess, written that down yet or agreed to it. But these are the things they're imagining. Community initiatives, initiatives amongst the whole three communities, or providing services directly to individuals. This is something we'll see. It'd be exciting to see what the communities come up with, but when the agreement is signed, hopefully next year, all that will be spelled out in there.
Please tell me how the citizens of Gespe'gewa'gi could find out more about this revenue sharing process before anything is signed.
Yeah, well, we're developing this video. We are going to be on Facebook. We're going to be on our website, Migmawei, www.migmawei.ca, and on our YouTube page. And you could just search search Migmawei under YouTube. And the goal of this is to make sure that everyone has access to all the information. We're going to put together a number of frequent asked question documents or data sheets that we're going to be sending to the communities in their mailboxes at home. And that's going to go to all our three communities, Gesgapegiag, Gespeg and Listuguj. We're going to have a series of handbooks, handbook 1, 2, and 3, and it's going to be, I guess, from the past, present, and future. And when they look at that, the first one will show them, how did we get to here, where we are now, the second one, and then what's it look like going forward. We're going to have video interviews with the chiefs and the leadership, because they should really speak to their citizens about what's going on here. It's up to them to, I guess, the communities want to hear directly from them. We can share information, but the citizens look to their leaders. And we're going to have some radio spots, trying to, I guess, continue working on that one goal that we have, I guess, for sure, is this. We want to make sure that when this agreement is signed next year, that all citizens have access to all the information, that they will not come to that day and say, I don't know what's going on. They'll have the whole agreement in their hands, what led up to that, and really what this was all about. So we encourage, I guess, everyone to come out and, I guess, listen to us, like our Facebook page, and to continue to monitor. This is the beginning of a long, I guess, a 6 months kind of process, we hope. And the goal is to have you, the citizens, inform what's happening. Thank you.